Do y'all ever feel like you're having a day where the intrusive thoughts are just winning and there's nothing you can do about it? That is my day today. It's one of those days where I'm just feeling like ridiculously triggered by very, very little things that really shouldn't be setting me off and making me feel like it's the end of the world, but they are. I know logically that it's because I haven't slept really in 2 weeks. I was sick as a dog, and then my body just can't seem to figure out now that we're getting better mostly and need to rest, and it just won't let me. So logically, I know that all this stuff that's got me feeling all kinds of messed up is 100% due to lack of sleep. Like, if you're struggling in your weight loss journey, probably need a nap or like 300, honestly. It's not just the food. It's been the little things today. Like, my bangs are refusing to lay like actual bangs. And yes, I gave myself bangs last week.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Like, they're supposed to do a cute little swoop and be all adorable, and they're doing whatever this is. What's really getting to me though is the heat. Texas is disgusting right now, and it's been disgusting for dude, enough. Still hear that little bell. It's been disgusting for over a month now, and I'm losing my mind. I feel like I'm either held hostage at work or held hostage in my own house because hold on. Okay, he would not stop moving, so we're just going to take care of that problem, although the other one's probably going to be moving. Yeah, hi, Ray. It sounds a little bit silly to say, that it's hot outside is making me lose my mind, but that's literally how I feel right now because it has been over 100 degrees for over a month now. Like, it hit 112 yesterday.
I hate it here.
That's just not sustainable temperatures. Like, my plants are struggling to stay alive. Oddly enough, one of them is thriving, and then like the rest of them are just slowly dying. I feel like my garden has kind of been one of the things in the last few months that has been keeping me sane and kind of bringing me joy. And this morning, I was like, okay, it's finally my day off. I've been out sick for 2 weeks. I've got to start trying to go to the gym again because, I'm terrified of gaining back even more weight. Y'all know I've been struggling with this. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. It's going to be a good day. I'll start it off well. But instead, it took me like a full hour and a half to like drag myself out of bed, even though I woke up at 6:30. And then the second I got outside, like into my car, it felt so completely oppressive. I literally just felt, because it's humid too. So I literally just felt like I was being suffocated. And I was like, dude, I can't do this. In my head, it's so easy, especially when I'm tired, to like revert back to old behaviors. And one of those big behaviors and those intrusive thoughts are like eat a ton of stuff and binge eat specifically. Still shaking their collars. Here you go, Noogie. Basically, those intrusive thoughts come in and they're like, okay, you need to just binge eat and go bananas and that'll make you feel better. Shove your face with something ridiculous. I know I've mentioned to you guys that one of my big like fat kid dreams took place in Matilda, where that poor little boy was force-fed that cake, that ginormous cake. Fat kid me was literally like,
oh my gosh, that seems like the best thing in the entire world.
And it has like low-key been one of my fat girl fantasies my entire life. So when I see a small-ish cake, that's when those like intrusive thoughts kick in and they're like,
eat it all. Don't get plate.
And I've been at war with myself over that. But I was like, okay, I'm going to do all the stupid, unhealthy things and then reward myself with some sugar because maybe I'll feel better. Maybe that'll make Texas not 1,000 degrees. Some of y'all are probably like, why is this girl just whining about the heat? I don't know how to explain how bad it is when it's just like that every single day. Like, can't even go outside and sit in a pool of any sort because they're all like 90 degrees. But I went and I did some retail therapy, which I'll show you on my thrift haul in a minute. And then I fumed in the car a little bit. And I kind of caved to some of those intrusive thoughts. I ended up getting like a smaller cake from Kroger's, and I ended up getting one of those like creamy Reese's, which I wanted to try. They taste exactly like regular Reese's, but literally the Reese's in the car, like all angry. And okay, it is super cute that he's just like chilling on me right now. He's just happy as a clam. I love him. The weather's gross, but they bring me some joy. And I was like eyeballing that cake the entire way home and was like, get it. I just want to cave into those intrusive thoughts and go wild. And I know logically it's not going to make me feel any better, but I'm so desperate just to not feel like I'm suffocated by this heat that I want to try anything. Like, I'm back in the air conditioning now and it still feels overwhelming. And part of that is just the leftovers from being sick because I'm not like 100% yet. But I'm just feeling really, really drained this week. So I don't know, if you guys want to put some encouragement in the comments, I would appreciate it because I'm just struggling while I'm enjoying rocking this little baby. I'm trying to focus on the good things and make good decisions, and it's really frustrating when you feel like you can't be consistent to save your life. So like you're just wasting all those days where you're working hard. I don't know. I need some encouragement this week, but right now I'm going to have what was actually intended to be my breakfast, which is a bagel, and the actual reason I went to Kroger in the first place. And I'm going to try and like see if I can find something to, you know, focus on some joy. I did have one small thing that really has brought me some joy. Like, y'all know I love my garden. I ordered a fountain and I got like a little solar edition to put in it. So now the little bees and the little wasps in my garden, they finally get to actually have a drink. And I saw 2 of them using it this morning. I was just like, oh, they're getting their water. Like, it was just this little moment of joy. And I'm trying to focus on those and hold on to those. Like, when you guys are having like a trash can day and you're overreacting about things, even when you know you're overreacting about things, what do y'all do to calm down and get it together? Because I feel like I'm just at a loss right now. I don't know. I could use some advice.
I'm not great at the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment?
All right, I'm gonna have to set this precious child down. He's like, no, now I'm comfy. Also, kitty snuggles are real great for some endorphins. So this is a video about me trying to, well, vent partially, so thank you for listening, and then trying to get my life together, although I still want some of that cake. Also, I was going to mention, I don't know if y'all like my backdrop today. You better say yes because I love it. My sweet, sweet sister, hang on, I'll turn it around so y'all can see instead of just my chin. My sweet, sweet sister made me a little series. This one's my favorite. Of a bunch of different mice because I love me some rodents. They're precious. So I've got them for all 4 seasons. Also, look at his big arse feet. I freaking love it. And his sunglasses. It's so precious. That's another one of those fine things that give you joy. And using my sweet gift from my sister, that brings me some joy. Okay, let's have our bagel instead of cake, or in addition to, I don't know, trying to work on that. We'll see. So I had my bagel and I had my full cup of water, which is now empty. Now that I'm a little less dehydrated and a little more full, I feel not quite as out of control mentally, which is good. I'm still kind of like having that impulse, but I'm remembering some advice that I gave y'all a while back that I wish I had remembered at the store. And that's that if you're having an impulse problem, like I have to buy this cake, I have to buy some chocolate, I have to shove it in my face, you want to like wait through it, and eventually they tend to go away. Like when it's just an impulse and it's not actually something you want. Like, do I want something sweet today? Yes, I definitely do. But I don't necessarily need it right this second in the context of having an entire cake. But I also still kind of want to fulfill that whole fantasy of just eating like straight from the cake. I think I kind of found, hi dear, Noogie's back. I think I kind of found a solution. So I will still be having some cake because it's everything in moderation. And I will be eating it straight from the cake like a savage. But I'm not going to have it right now. I am going to watch an entire episode of Botched, partially just because it reminds me to be grateful for the body that I have, and also it's just fascinating. But I'm going to watch an entire episode of Botched so like I can kind of check and see, okay, am I going to be able to like let this impulse pass entirely, or do I still just want to eat it straight from the cake? Because that's really just my fat kid fantasy. If I still want cake afterwards, I will have some cake, but I'm going to make sure that I'm eating like an appropriate portion, and then I'll just cut like an actual piece out with the tidbits so it's not like gross afterwards. It's a weird compromise, but I think I'm going to try it that way. And while I'm watching Botched, I am going to do something productive, because that's basically anytime you feel like trash, do something productive. You're going to start feeling a little bit better bit by bit, and I'm going to remind myself of that even though I don't believe it right now. But I'm going to be working on a scarf that I'm crocheting. Every year I crochet scarves for the homeless. I have OCD and compulsive eating, which means pretty much I'm either picking at my face, pulling at my eyelashes or eyebrows, or which is why they'd be looking a little rough right now. Your girl hasn't slept, so I've been stressed. But to keep my hands busy, so I'm not doing any of that or like stuffing my face, I tend to crochet when I'm sitting down. And lately I've been doing a lot more crochet because I've been homesick and I didn't have the energy to do anything else because yay plague. And I love that at the end of the year, I can have all these scarves that I can donate for the homeless, and instead of shredding my face or stuffing my face, I get to do something that makes a difference. So I like kind of flipping the script, if you will. Still think about that cake. But we also did already have a Reese's, so I'm like, biatch, moderation. Maybe I'll just have like 3 bites at the end, but still just have it straight from the cake. I don't know. We'll see.
You are headed for disaster.
Eventually.
I am really, really glad that I decided to try and outweight my impulse, because not only did I get another chunk of this scarf done and some snuggle time with, you know, lovely babies right here, but I feel like the impulse where I'm like,
Oh my god, I have to shove it in my face. I'm dying without it.
I feel like that finally passed, and I'm just like, yeah, cake sounds good because I'm a fat kid who loves sugar, but I'm not like in agony without it. I'm actually starting to feel a little more tired. Sorry, but there's actually a good possibility that maybe my body will let me go to sleep. So I'm going to try and tackle the main thing that I'm missing today, and that is taking a freaking nap. After I take that nap, I will show you guys my thrift haul, because I got 2 dresses and I'm really excited about it. And I'm hoping that'll kind of like keep the cycle going of gradually feeling better, because I feel like my whole day is getting wasted by me being like in a tizzy about this disgusting weather that I can't change. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just uproot my entire life and drag all of my friends and family with me to a new state that probably also has weird weather issues? I actually have all 3 snuggly babies in here with me. Look at her sleeping on a chair. You know you're not supposed to sleep on my work bag. She does not care. Okay, that was not exactly what I would call a successful nap. I've yet to actually fall asleep. I'm still tired. But I basically like ended up just laying in bed and watching TikTok for a while, trying to like rest my body because my brain would not shut up, which is the usual struggle. But I actually feel more rested than I did, so I'll take it. But I'm definitely in the mood for some cake now, and I actually feel like I have the mental capacity to have some appropriately, although we're still going to eat it straight from the cake like a pig, just because I've always wanted to do that. Moderation-ish.
Okay, not judging here, but really?
Pro tip, get a small spoon so you don't go too wild and it feels like more bites. It'd be literally the worst thing ever if I dropped this. Oh my gosh. I've literally never done this in my entire life, just like eating the cake itself, and I've always wanted to. He's not for you. He is hoping so hard. Hang on. Allow me to reintroduce the worst beggar of all time. Is that right? Yeah. He's ridiculous.
And so she began living her dream. It really was magical.
Hey. I've eaten most of what would be like a slice. I'm gonna actually go in and cut so it's a slice because I can feel like the internal binger in me being like, yes, let's go nuts. Like, this is actually a small cake just for reference, but he basically, I got like kind of a little corner of the start out and it's just a little peak. So I'm gonna cut the rest out just so I'm not like, stop licking that plastic. He's settling for licking a plastic bag because I wouldn't give him cake. I'm gonna like cut the rest of this out just so I end up having like an actual piece of cake and not the whole cake, because knowing your limits is important, but I want to make sure it doesn't turn into a binge. You know, just for reference, like, this is not a giant cake. Like, my hand is bigger than this cake. Just for reference, you don't think I ate like a 1/4 of a 9-inch cake. But that was my, yes, still big piece, but at least I cut it out. Obviously, I'm not gonna say for like weight loss advice, go buy a cake and like eat it straight out of the thing. Awkward. Like, this was literally just something I've always wanted to do, and I was like fighting myself, mental health issues, as y'all heard earlier in the day. I feel a lot better, a lot more balanced. Now it's just more of like, I just wanted a piece of cake. Just resting in the bed, even though I was just watching TikToks, honestly helped a lot mentally, because I think I'm just kind of burned out. I graduated immediately. It got hot as all holy hell, literally. And then like immediately went into working. And I am so grateful to be able to work and make an income. Like, after 3 years of grad school is just... feel very blessed, but I also want to make sure I'm taking care of my mental health, and I think I've been working a smidge too much to the point where I was feeling kind of burned out. So I'm like, okay, we're using today to kind of get our stuff together. We're getting out of the slump and trying to make better decisions. So we doing some things. It's a weird day. Y'all probably watching this for those of you who are like looking for weight loss advice, like, this bitch just like ate cake straight out of the pan. I don't know about her advice, but I'm letting y'all know the struggles as they happen, okay? Some days are better than others, and today obviously was not exactly a win, but we're trying to turn it around. I completely forgot I promised you guys a thrift store haul. Let me show you what we got. I love board games. I found one called Loaded Questions, so that'll be fun to play. My grandma loves puzzles, and I usually try to get one like every now and then if I find a cute one at the thrift store so I can bring it to her so she has a new one every time I visit, which hopefully will be soon because your girl needs more days off. So I'm probably butchering how to say it, but I think it's called suet. You like put it in this little case thing and you hang it in the trees for the birds to eat. I'm trying to get more of like a nature-friendly yard because it brings me joy to be able to like feed the wildlife within reason. Like when my little bees use their fountain, it's the best. For those of you who are scrapbookers, you'll appreciate this one. Found a whole booklet. It's like $3 and it's got like all different sorts of, what's the best angle to do this? Like textures and paper and stuff so you can use it for your scrapbooking. It's another thing where I'm like, I'm trying to invest more time into things that bring me joy, and scrapbooking is one of them. So I'm like, yay, craft time. And last thing that is not clothing, we found a CSI game. So I'm like, woohoo. And let me try on these dresses so y'all can see. Y'all look at this dress. It fits like a freaking glove. It's got the happy little swoop. This is, I think, a 1X and somehow still fits right, even though your girl's definitely 2X because she got a little chunky in the middle. But it actually covers that really well. I feel like I have like a cute little snatched waist here. Obviously, I will be wearing this, you know, out in public without a sports bra. With a bra that actually has some substance going on here. But that's not even the cutest part. Even though I feel like this is like a very classy dress. Like I can wear this to church, I can wear this as a sundress, whatever I want to do. The cutest part is actually, I did a bad job tying it, but there's a little bow at the back. Like, oh my gosh, I actually get to feel cute. This is honestly helping a lot to brighten my mood. I like cute clothes, but I also want them to be comfy, and this is long enough too where I can like move around without feeling like I'm gonna be like, whoop, naughty.
Scandal.
Even if the second one doesn't fit, I'm so happy with this one, it can't even wreck my mood right now. I wouldn't necessarily recommend retail therapy because it's not like a healthy substitute for your emotions, but I will say this one worked out nicely. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this next one. There's a lot of skin going on, like you legit can't wear this with a bra. Not gonna lie, like I do feel like the girls look amazing. I feel like if I bent the wrong way, they'd be seeing a whole lot more of them. But I will say, like, I like the way it makes my waist look. Like, it looks a lot more slim. It's got that little V right here, and it's like slidey and glidey. So I'm kind of like, wee. Like, that's kind of nice, but like, that's real short on the side. I like that it dips down in the back because your butt's covered. I don't know how I feel about the back of this. It's supposed to be like this cute crisscross detail, but they didn't quite place them at the right spot, so it's more inclined to scooch down. Although that might just be my body shape with the back fat, I don't know. I feel like it's definitely a sexy dress. This is not a church Sunday dress, for sure. I'd be like, no. But I feel like if I was going either on like trying to be like sexy date night somewhere, maybe. That didn't involve a lot of bending. But what do y'all actually think of this dress? Like, is this a little too much? What should I pair it with? I don't know. I need my fashionistas to give me some ideas because I don't know how I feel about this. I'm like, I am 34. Is it indecent to show this much skin in public? Y'all let me know what you think. Either way, I'm kind of digging this dress, even if it ends up only being something I wear at home. But that red dress, that was it. Making sure things are covered. Okay. Go through store shopping. It's so much fun. So I'm still editing and I kind of got to thinking, and maybe this is me just musing about life, but I'm kind of wondering how much healthier I'd be if I actually did live somewhere that was more, I guess you could say, promotional of like a more healthy life. Like in California, when I got to visit my family, I know that we can actually find places to go out to eat that are actually healthy on the regular versus having to like hunt hard or get like the one and only salad on the menu. The weather's nicer, so you can be outside for a good chunk of the year. But I kind of just wonder, could I actually be healthy? Am I ever going to be healthy here? Texas is rough. We don't get good weather, and my thing is for fitness, it's like outdoors. That's what gets me motivated. Not that I feel like I'm a lost cause. I know it's just like a hard day, so I'm frustrated with myself. But I can't help but wonder, you know, like if you can change your life situation, it makes a difference. Like I already feel like just from changing my financial situation, like not being a student to actually having an income, I feel like I have a better idea of the possibility of even getting healthier. I don't know. I'm just curious. Have any of you guys made any like huge life changes that kind of balanced out into better mental health and better physical health as a whole? I'm just curious. If you have, just comment below. I just kind of want y'all's input on that.
2 hours later.
I feel a lot more mentally balanced than I did this morning, though I am definitely still exhausted. My scarf that I was crocheting is very close to being done. I'm on the last little section, then I just have to do a border, so I'm excited about that. I finally finished editing my YouTube video, so yay! Which you guys will actually have already seen before this. The only thing I didn't really get done today was the workout that I was hoping to do. Legitimately just did not have the energy. And I know it's because I haven't been eating great for like the last few days, but mostly it's the lack of sleep. I was actually really proud of myself though, because when I had my dinner, I managed to not eat any cake at all. And instead of having cake, I wanted a little something sweet, so I had some watermelon, and there is nothing wrong with having fruit. That's much healthier, and especially compared to cake. And now I'm going to go shower and get ready for bed, because I think that the secret to me having a better day tomorrow is definitely going to be getting more rest, so hopefully my body will let me sleep for once. If you guys hung out with me for this entire video and made it this far, I just want to say thank you. You guys are wonderful. I love that we're really starting to build like a little community here of people who are just trying to get healthy and get happy one step at a time. You guys have been really good about encouraging me. I want to make sure I'm doing the same in the comments, so if you need some encouragement, just comment below. But otherwise, make sure to, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. Just remember that if you're having a rough day in regards to mental health or weight loss, it's only one day and you just go decision by decision. Eventually it's going to get better. Don't let one day determine all your meals and your progress for the week. So I'm going to have to keep reminding myself because I struggle. You guys have a wonderful night and I will see you hopefully next Friday. Bye bye.